astrologer, Wonder Girl, taking you to new heights. Here's your weekly forecast for the week of Monday, August 7th to Monday, August 14th. All right, now this weekly horoscope is going to be a little bit different than my normal weeklies. That's because I actually kind of gave you this week's horoscope last week. All right, the reason why I did that was because there wasn't really too much going on last week that I thought was major or interesting or inspiring or whatever, so I didn't really talk about that too much. In addition, we've been building up to this lunar eclipse, which is going to happen this week at the very beginning of this week on Monday, and I really wanted to talk to you about that, to show you the future, to show you what was coming, to give you some vision, to make things easier to deal with in some way. And I'm also just really excited about this lunar eclipse as well, and just wanted to talk about that. Okay, so that's why I did that. That's fine and all, but it makes this week a little bit interesting because it's like I don't want to talk about the same things I talked about last week, but I don't want to not talk about that either, since that's what's going on this week. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on last week that maybe I missed, to fill in some of the holes, talk about the future, what's coming, go back and forth between the two, and hopefully give you a little bit of the bigger picture. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here today. All right, so in order to do that, let's go ahead and let's take a look at your chart. All right, Aries, what we had going on last week, since I'm going to start there, is we had Pluto in the square with Jupiter. All right, now all that for you was here in your 10th house of career, where Pluto is. All right, and your 7th house of partnerships. I think there's been a lot of changes going on in your career here where Pluto is. Your life's just been going in different directions, maybe that you weren't thinking or you weren't intending on, or things like that, having a different reputation, just life going in weird places. And I think you're trying to figure out how to make sense of these changes in your career, especially when it comes to people and when it comes to your partnerships, a marriage partner, a business partner in some way, and some one-on-one relationships. Maybe you've got a marriage partner that doesn't know how they feel about all these changes in your career, taking time away from them, something like that. Maybe business partners as well don't know what's going on with you, and so I think you're trying to figure out how to bring those two together and make sense of all this stuff that's going on, so you can have better relationships that understand your career when what's going on with there, and so that you too can understand with your relationships what's happening. While that's going on too, there was also Uranus here going retrograde in your 1st house. So I think lately you've also been wanting to break free, to do things you want to do, and to move forward on some of that. And I think it's been a little bit hard for you to feel like you can be who you want to be and be free, because unexpected things keep coming up in regards to your identity and what you need to do. And I think last week you're kind of getting tired of it, and you're kind of just like wanting to get on top of these things and to really just do the things that you want and to be free and to not feel so held back. So I think you were trying to also move forward on some things that you as well think are important for you. While that's happening, we also had Venus move into Cancer in your 4th house of home. So I think you're also trying to build more stability in your life too, figure out how you can be more stable, have a better home life, work better with family, and just not be so crazy with all this other stuff going on. All right, so that was last week. Now when we come into this week, Monday, we've got lunar eclipse happening here with the moon in your 11th house of goals. All right, and the sun in your 5th house of happiness. I think lately you've been focusing a lot on where your life is going, the future, things you want to accomplish, maybe groups of people that you've been associating with, putting lots of time into groups of people and things like that. And I think you need to stop thinking about groups of people. You need to stop thinking about your future, about your goals, about where your life is going. And I think you need to start focusing on what makes you happy and what you enjoy. It could also be kids too. If you have kids, time to focus on that. It could also be romantic relationships as well. Just some kind of hobby, something that you love in some way. Not that you can't think about what your goals are anymore or where their future is going, but that hopefully you've already thought about that. You've had like the past like month to a year, whatever, to think about that. Now it's time for you to use everything that you learned about your goals, about where your life is going, about these groups of people, and to be more comfortable with that, so you can start to focus more on what makes you happy and letting some of your heart shine. Okay, so I think that is what is going on there for you. Once you do that, it's going to be a lot easier for you to work better with partners, with other people, marriage, business, that kind of thing. Cooperate better with those people in a way that works better and makes you happy. I think it's also going to be a lot easier for you to do something new as well. I think it's also going to be, a lot easier for you to do something new as well. To really bring something new into your life that you enjoy, that makes you happy, just a breath of fresh air too. But you have to accept that it's not so much time to focus on goals as it is to focus on what makes you happy, and then that will unlock some of the other doors coming to you. Okay, once you do that as well, I think there'll also be a lot of communication, especially about your job and your daily routines here, and how you can build more stability into your job or daily routines, or have a job that works better with your home life, works better with your family, and that brings more stability to you. I think you're going to want to start to focus more on that. Just know though, Mercury is going to go retrograde here at the end of this week, so you're not quite finished yet thinking about your job, thinking about what makes you happy on the day-to-day, at work, with your family. I think you're going to have to continue to review some of these things to figure out what kind of daily routine works best for you to help you do some of the things that you want and need to do, all right, coming in. This also may require you to think pretty differently about what you enjoy and how you move up in the world with it, and how you approach your career and where you see your life going and your social standing, and really having to work with that in some different ways. Okay, so that is what I see going on for you. Now your card for the week is the Eight of Wands upright. This is a card of swift, fast news, something happening very, very fast this week. You are a fire sign. This eclipse is going to happen in also a fire sign, which shines each other. So I think there's going to be lots of things coming up very, very fast for you to be able to hopefully end some things so you can open new chapters, open new doors, directions, go in that way. If you feel like there aren't things coming for you very fast, then I think you got to think about what you can do to remove the roadblocks here, remove the things that are stopping you from really moving in the direction that you want to move, opening your heart, doing more of what you love in a really easy way, okay, that comes to you really quickly, all right? I think that's what you need to think about this week. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my horoscope. If you like it, please like it on Facebook, please like it on YouTube, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later.